So we'll take up an important down cover of motor insurance today. See, this is motor protection. I think all of you are already aware with it. This motor protection add-on cover is required for one specific need that is neither covered in the Act-only policy nor in package policy. So this is one important add-on cover because only your company is having this, so you can say there is a monopoly over it. If you go to the background, you will understand that there are two risks which are neither covered in Act-only policy nor in motor package policy. Say for example, if there is any damage to the vehicle, package policy is paying it. If any injury, death or disability to any third party, even Act-only and package policy both are paying it. But in any case of accident, suppose any vehicle is seized by the police, insurance company will not come to your rescue. Insurance company will not help you. Police will seize the vehicle. Police will not give you the supurdari or delivery of this vehicle again. For that supurdari, you have to go to the court and you have to get it from court of law. And when you are going to the court, you need an advocate. So that advocate is not provided to you by insurance company under the package policy and under Act-only policy. Of course, third party liability is covered under both the policies of the motor insurance. Third party liability means any bodily injury, death or disability or property damage to any third person. That is covered under the motor insurance policy. Motor insurance policy of all the category of vehicles. But this seizure of vehicle is not covered. Secondly, if you have caused any accident with your vehicle or any property damage or death or disability there, police will register a case against you, a criminal case rather against you. And that will be tried before the court of the judicial magistrate. And that case would be against the rash and negligent driving. Rash and negligent driving for hurting any person or property. So both these risks are not covered. Property damage is payable under both the motor policies by the insurance company. But your defense of criminal trial is not covered. Seizure of your vehicle is not covered. And these are the two specific risks which are there since beginning of the motor vehicles, not new. But none of the insurance company has come out so far to give the protection to these risks. So we have got this endorsement now, this add-on cover now. What this add-on cover provides? On payment of an additional premium, if any motor accident arising out of the use of the insured vehicle, company will provide an advocate to guide you or defend the insured from police and proceedings in the court of judicial magistrate. That means at both the places, for supurdari of vehicle and for criminal trials, you need an advocate. If you have got this add-on cover, the insurance company will provide you the advocate to defend at both the cases or at both the places. So this is an additional risk which is not inbuilt under the motor insurance policy. This is an additional risk which is provided by your company only. This is an additional risk which is providing two kind of defenses. And this is an additional risk wherein the insurance company is providing you a separate advocate other than the third party trial advocate to defend you for superdari or for criminal trial. But this coverage is conditional. In the sense, immediately within 7 days, the intimation has to be given to the insurance company. Insurance company will immediately provide the advocate to defend you, but in any specific circumstances or because of the act of God in events, it can be delayed a little. You can avail this benefit twice in a year. Twice in one insurance period. To provide advocate for defense, a separate network, pan-India network is required. Why? Because suppose you are at Kolkata. When you are driving to Goa, your vehicle met with an accident and your vehicle hit a person who died at the spot. So a case is filed against you at the Goa. You need an advocate of Goa, not of Kolkata. That means insurance company must have the pan-India network for this purpose. For third party liability, that is separate. For this purpose again, a separate network is required. So we have got a separate network for this purpose. But for some parts of the country, that is northeast, this network is not available right now. And these are the areas of northeast like Union territories within mainland India, except in Andaman and Nicobar Island, Arunachal, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Ladakh, Lakshadweep, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. So in this belt, we are not able to provide an advocate so far. For rest of India, anywhere such kind of incident is happening, we will make an advocate available to you to defend. Now the important aspect is, if this add-on cover is taken and the vehicle is sold out or the ownership of the vehicle is transferred to someone else, that means this motor protection cover will also expire at the same time. And for this add-on cover, the territory and jurisdiction are India only. You know, motor policy can be extended to Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Maldives on additional payment of premium. That is 500 per package policy and 100 rupees per act only policy. But that is optional. If any insured want to drive the vehicle and want to go to the Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, in that case extension can be sought. But if this add-on cover is taken, this will not act there. For this add-on cover, the territorial limit is only within India. If there is any claim on the motor policy which is not covered, which is excluded, this add-on cover will also not work there. And the other policy exclusions of the motor insurance policy will also apply similarly on this add-on covers also. Say for example, false, fraudulent or exaggerated misrepresentation, or driving the vehicle without driving license, or if we disqualified from driving, do not have a valid driving license, or any incident which is not covered by the motor vehicle policy, are also excluded. Among other exclusions, you will find that deliberate, willful, or intentional non-compliance of any statutory provision. There again, this will not work. If the insured or any other person is driving the insured vehicle under the influence of alcohol, drug, or any intoxicating substance, that is again an exclusion of the motor insurance policy. So all the exclusions of the motor vehicle policy are applicable similarly to the motor protection add-on cover also. Now the good thing about this add-on cover is this is applicable to all the vehicles, irrespective of any category like two-wheeler, private car, commercial vehicle, among the commercial vehicles, GCCB, PCCB. For all those vehicles it is applicable. And the company has already done the premium work or premium calculation for you. Means say suppose we want to give it to a two-wheeler motor insurance policy. You don't need to calculate anything. Just charge 450 rupees for this, excluding GST. But motor policy could be in three different forms. Because this can be given only on the package policy or OD policy only, not for act only. So three forms means motor two-wheeler package policy, a standalone motor OD two-wheeler policy, and bundled motor two-wheeler policy. They are all part of the package policy. So there you can give it with 450 plus GST. That's all. One more benefit given to you is if the policy is already given or renewed, after 2 months or 3 months you are able to convince your insured that we have got a motor protection cover which is defending you at the time of superdari or even in criminal trial. Your insured is convinced and you want to take this cover from you. So you can give it. You can give it even at the midterm of the cover. Midterm is maybe suppose 4 months are left in the policy, 6 months are left. So whatever is unexpired period of the policy, you can give it. But in that case, you have to give it on short period scale basis. It is not pro rata premium. Suppose 6 months the policy has already run and premium is 1200, or suppose premium is 450. You cannot charge for remaining 6 months as 225. On short period scale, that premium would be a little higher. So for 6 months the premium would be 70%, that is 315 rupees plus tax. So that is also calculated, you don't need to do anything. Again in private car, 3 kinds of policies are there: motor package, standalone motor, and bundled private car. Bundled motor private car policy. But in private car, the premium is charged according to the CC of the vehicle. So the premium here for motor add-on cover is also decided according to the CC of the vehicle. Up to 1000 it is 1050 only. Above 1000 cc to 1500 cc it is 1850. And above 1500 cc it is only 1150. So here again the premium is defined very well. And in case you are giving it for short period, that premium is also calculated according to the CC of the private car. For all the 3 slabs, 3 capacities, of the private car, the premium is calculated. You just have to pick it from this chart, apply GST and include it in the motor insurance policy. Your motor protection add-on cover is given. Similarly for the commercial vehicles. Now commercial vehicles have two categories, GCCV and PCCV. For GCCV, the vehicle is charged according to the GVW, that is gross vehicle weight. So this premium is also charged according to the GVW. Say suppose the gross vehicle weight is 7,500 kilogram. Payment is only 1,000. 7,500 kilogram to 12,000 kilogram, premium is 1,300. Over 12,000 kilogram, premium is 1,400. And similarly for the passenger carrying vehicles, in case of 3-wheelers up to the carrying capacity of 6 persons, 500. For the carrying capacity of 6 to 17, also 500. But for 4-wheelers passenger carrying capacity up to 6 but 1000 cc, that is taxi car or cab, 800 only. Up to 6 and over 1000 cc, 1450. Up to 6 and 15 and over 1500 cc, 800. 4 or more wheeled carrying vehicles, carrying capacity of 6 and 3-wheelers have 17 passengers, 1100. So means this add-on cover is applicable to all the vehicles, 2-wheeler, private car, GCCV, PCCV. It can be given at the time of issuing the policy, it can be given at the midterm of the policy. When you are giving it midterm, calculate the unexpired period of the policy. For those months only, take the premium according to short period scale and provide the motor add-on cover. But certain important things are there. In case of Act only a third-party policy, Shri Motor Protection add-on cannot be given. Instead, we have made an alternate arrangement for you. There we will provide motor legal aid policy. This motor legal aid policy is also covering only these two risks. But this motor legal aid policy is not available on short period scale. This is a non-motor policy, especially designed for providing these motor protection benefits for Act policy. Act only a third party policy. So Shri Motor Protection can be given even if the vehicle is insured in the name of farmer company. Liability of owner of the vehicle shall be defended in both circumstances of taking the superdari of the vehicle and in the court of judicial magistrate. For that purpose only this add-on cover is there. So the purpose is met when the package policy is there, you are providing motor protection. If the package policy is not there, only a third party policy is there, in that case you can provide motor legal aid policy instead of motor protection. That will also cover the same benefits. Now this is also shown on the policy itself. When you are issuing an endorsement, means we are giving the motor protection add-on cover mid-term during the currency of the policy. So a separate endorsement is issued. which clarifies that inclusion of motor protection. This is in confirmation that the motor protection cover is given. But if we are giving it with the policy and charging a extra premium for that motor protection add-on cover, maybe policy related to any category of vehicle, this endorsement has to be shown. Here it is, motor protection cover. So the policy will confirm that yes, this is having the coverage, and insured is entitled for an advocate in case of any case of seizure of the vehicle or in any case of criminal trial of the case in the court of judicial magistrate against the owner or owner cum driver. Because once an FIR is registered by the police, criminal trial will be there in the court of judicial magistrate. And this is normally taking place at the jurisdiction where the incident has taken place. You belong to what city, it is immaterial. You are driving your vehicle in which city, it is immaterial. What is material is where the incident has taken place. It can be in any part of the country. It can be with you or with your driver or with any member of your family. But this coverage is available only by selecting this add-on cover. And once the premium is paid for this add-on cover, this becomes the inbuilt coverage part of the motor insurance policy. And this can be taken with any kind of vehicle for that motor insurance policy is provided. So this is motor protection. Coming to the second part. And second part is this is pay as you drive cover. This is the latest add-on launched by us. Pay as you drive cover. But latest with us only. In the market it is available since long. Pay as you drive cover is for private car only. For private car only. This is the first difference between motor protection and pay as you drive cover. This is not applicable to all the vehicles. This is not meant for two-wheeler, for GCCV, for PCCV, no. This can be given for private car only. So what benefit does it provide? This is simply a usage-based insurance add-on cover. Usage-based insurance means how much you are using your vehicle. If the use of your vehicle is very limited, you should be given a benefit. Because that means you are maintaining your car properly, your private vehicle properly. If the car is not driven much, possibility of accident is very less. So this is a usage-based insurance add-on cover. If you have opted this plan, you will get an additional discount on own damage section premium. If somebody asks it to you, why should I take this your add-on cover called pay as you drive? Why should I take it? What is the purpose? What additional benefit this is providing? What is the use of it? You can simply say if you are driving your vehicle very less, in a policy year. Because your use is limited, or you are not able to drive, or you are not in that city, maybe you are posted somewhere else, or there may be any other reason. But ultimately, if you are using your vehicle for very limited purposes, in that case, you are entitled for an additional discount on your own damage section if you are taking this add-on. So how one can take this additional discount? You have to declare and agree the maximum kilometers that your vehicle will run. So as per the opted kilometer plan at the time of policy inception. Means when you are taking the motor insurance policy for your private car, in the proposal form itself, you have to declare that your car will run during the policy period for such and such kilometers only. If you are declaring beforehand when you are taking the policy and you are driving up to that limit only or less than that limit only, you are entitled for this discount. But in case if the limit is exceeded, if the initial kilometer plan limit is exhausted before the policy expired, policy is continuing, but whatever limit you selected for your vehicle, that is exhausted, that you have exceeded, then what? You will have an option to continue your own damage section coverage under your base motor policy by paying additional premium. So your same benefit will continue on payment of additional premium. For that purpose, we have to pay additional premium, that's all. But if you are driving your vehicle within that limit, what we have declared in the proposal form, you are entitled for the discount. That means this cover is applicable if it is shown on your policy schedule. When it will be shown on your policy schedule? By paying additional fee. Now coverage under the own damage section will be available either up to the kilometer plan opted, that is odometer reading. In every private car there is an odometer that is showing the readings. So what is the reading at the time of policy inception, plus how much kilometer plan you have opted for the policy. So that has to be recorded. Additional 5% discount will be allowed on OD section on renewal if initial opted kilometer used up to 75% till the expiry of the policy period. Whatever kilometers you have opted, you have not driven, you have not exceeded that limit, even you have driven your vehicle less than that, and if it is less than 75% of that, means you have used only 75% of that, 5% extra will be allowed to you. So the basis of insurance under this policy, additional 5% discount will be allowed on OD section on renewal of initial opted kilometer used up to 75% till the expiry of the policy period. Means you have opted 2000 kilometers only, though the minimum is 2500. But your vehicle has been driven less than 75% of it. So 5% extra discount will be available. And if you have exceeded your limit of 2500, in that case, you have lost the discount, but the coverage will continue. on payment of additional premium. So the basis of insurance under this policy is odometer. Odometer, which is part of the car, which is installed in every vehicle, which is giving you the reading. Any telematic device, if applicable, it is found during the policy period, will be there. So that will prove how much your vehicle is driven. In case transfer of ownership, the new owner would be eligible for unused kilometers left in the purchase plan. In that case also this will continue. In case of total loss, theft or constructive total loss, no refund would be made. All other terms and conditions will be applicable as per the base motor policy. Then how it will apply? See, this is the case. Under these two circumstances, claim will not be paid. What circumstances are there? If any claim is reported under own damage section after the exhaustion of the opted kilometer limit. Suppose you have selected 2500 kilometer limit. You have driven your vehicle to 2800 and your car met with an accident. Policy will not pay the claim because your policy was given up to 2500 kilometers only. So if any claim is reported under own damage section after the exhaustion of opted kilometer limit, claim will not be paid. Secondly, all exclusions will be as per base motor insurance policy. Now what are the options given to you? First, if you are selecting that I will not drive my private car for more than 2500 kilometers and your car is diesel car, you are entitled for 25% of the premium discount. Or if your car is petrol or CNG or any other vehicle, you are still eligible for 25% discount. This is the first limit where you are getting the maximum discount available. Second limit is 2500 to 7500. If you are declaring in the proposal form, I will not drive my car more than 7500 km. If your car is diesel car, you will still get 20% discount. And if your car is petrol car, you will get only 10% discount. Huh? Correct. Yes. Yes, this is correct. And the third case is 7,500 to 10,000. This is third limit selected. Here again, the diesel car will be entitled for 15% discount. And other cars will get only 5% discount. And for more than 10,000 there is no discount because normally a car is driven for 10,000 or more only. So this is for the uses only. If the usage is limited, extra limited, in that case extra discount is available. If it is normally driven for 10,000 plus or 10,000 kilometers, no discount. So this is an idea which other companies have already introduced in the market since very long. And this is a benefit goes to the private car owner only if his uses are limited. So this benefit can be availed on the basis of the odometer. Now what is this odometer? This is important to understand. In fact, this is an instrument that measures the distance traveled by a vehicle, typically a car or truck. Normally you will find it in a car or truck only. But almost in all cars you will find it. What is the use of it? It is usually located on the vehicle's dashboard. See, in private car or any car, maybe commercial car, all facilities are available to the driver seat only on the dashboard. because therefrom the things are controlled. From the driver's seat at dashboard, you will find meter, needle, volumeter, temperature, speed, kilometer, everything is required for driver only, because he is the man who is controlling the car. So it is usually located on the vehicle's dashboard and displays the total miles or kilometers it has traveled over its lifetime. When somebody is asking you how much this vehicle has traveled so far, you are telling 50,000 kilometers. That means there is a meter in the car that is showing that this car has already run for more than 50,000 kilometers. So similarly, there is odometer also. So odometers are used to keep track of the vehicle's mileage for various reasons, such as maintenance and repair purposes, as well as to determine the vehicle's value. So here again, to get this discount, this odometer will play the role. Now how this is done? The product is live on following modules: Nova, Nova Connect, and mobile app. This product we were launching very early, but before making that product live on our systems, we cannot launch the product. So even for this add-on cover, for launching of this add-on cover, a lot of time was spent on making it live on the Nova, Nova Connect and mobile app. Thereafter only it was launched. Now 2-3 conditions are there. First, the insured can opt for this cover only for private car vehicles. This is the basic difference between the motor protection and pay-as-you-drive add-on. Motor protection is applicable to all the vehicles, and this is for private car only. Even two-wheeler owners are not entitled. Second, capturing odometer reading is mandatory for this cover. Because the kilometer run will be decided only on the basis of the odometer. So that will be captured, and that is mandatory. Third, uploading of odometer reading is mandatory. How it will be uploaded? By video file. So video file is necessary for that. Now you don't feel that this is very complicated. For that the procedure is laid down. This is the procedure. The same is available under the add-on cover list. Pay-as-you-drive flow, Nova application. This Nova application is available under your add-on cover list. This will show on the screen. And when you are selecting the kilometer range from LOV, line of vehicles, you will find this screen. And then select odometer reading from vehicle details tab. This screen will select it. And then upload the odometer reading video file and photo it like this. So that is the methodology explained, and then preamp as follows in computation sheet will appear. Identification of policy schedule, pay as you drive cover. Policy schedule will confirm like this. Pay as you drive number such and such is there in the policy. So this is very simple add-on cover given for the private car only, and for the owners who are making very limited use of the private car. That's all. So these two add-on covers are important now, which you can use with your motor vehicles and you can sell it. This will increase your amount of premium also. If you have any doubts, you can ask, because these are not separate policies. Don't get confused. These are not separate policies. These are only add-on covers. These are only attachments. And this pay-as-you-drive cover can be given only while taking the policy. Not even mid-term cover is there. About mid-term, there is no clarification given. Even if somebody is asking at mid-term coverage, then again the same odometer reading will apply. But normally it is not given. It is given on the renewals or fresh policy. So these are the two add-ons. Now you have any doubts, you can ask me if any doubts are there.